Is this car sharp, sparkling, spicy? In French or in Spanish, the word Picanto means something hot and tasty. We will discuss that. This is the third generation of the Kia Picanto. A car comes from South Korea. The price of this basic version is 9,990 euros. Okay, it's a marketing price under 10,000 euros. What do you get for this money? What are the prices for the higher trim levels? We show you all today on Autogefühl. Today with Holger. Stay with us. Let's start with the front design. The design of the new Kia Picanto comes from Korea and Germany. It's a design combination to give the car a more European look. What do we get? We get the typical tiger nose from Kia, and with this angled headlights, I think this car has a grimy face. Small cars often has a laughing face, but this car, I think, has a grimy face and is caused too by this grille under the tiger nose. The total length of the car is 3 meters and 60. Nothing has changed to the second generation. What is new is the wheelbase. The wheelbase is now longer, 2 meters and 40, and this gives the car a more stretched design at the side. We have rims from 14 up to 16 inch, and this car has 15-inch rims. Interesting, this uprising design line, this is typical for Kia. The rear, with much more round elements than the edgy front, looking more friendly, not so grimy. Very interesting, this new taillights. They have in the dark a characteristic light design. Very interesting, very beautiful. You will always recognize a Kia Picanto with the new light design at the rear. A word to the color. This is celestial blue, but Kia has developed a lot of nice colors. I've seen a red car or an orange car, really beautiful colors with the new Kia Picanto. So this is the key of the new Kia Picanto, and look here, keyless entry is available as option. Now this is a typical Autogefühl door handle test for quality and for door sound. I think you can hear it. You can build a car with cheap prices with a nice door sound. First look in the interior, you see all in black and brown. A nice small steering wheel, and the first look at the design, you see always horizontal design lines, except these parts, they are vertical. Optional, you see the artificial leather in brown, and normally you get fabric seats. So now I look for my seating position. Kia says this car, the new Picanto, offers the best space in the A segment. I will check it out. Here you can adjust the steering wheel manual for the seat. Oh, no problem for me to get a really good seat position in this small car from the A segment. A car which costs 10,000 euros or in a higher trim maybe 12,000 euros. I expected all plastic in the interior, but look at this. There are nice aluminium elements here and here, or at the gearbox, and it sounds good, it looks good. It's not premium, of course, but for a car from 12,000 euros, I think it's very, very good. In the center of the dashboard, you have this new 7-inch infotainment system. More details later. We have here heating and cooling. As typical for modern cars, there are very less buttons. Here, USB and power supply, a lot of place for beverages here and in the doors. This is the glove box, I think big enough for this massive papers. I think interior, the first impression, very good. Kia has done a very good job. So a closer look on the infotainment system. We are on the map, and this is a choice to zoom in and zoom out, and you can tip it with your fingers. Must be. Yes, okay. Oh, I think it's a quick reaction. It's okay. You have all what you need in this infotainment system: radio, the media integration, and here's the setup of the car. You see there's Bluetooth, as of course in this navigation system you can connect your mobile phone, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is integrated. As everybody knows, I love virtual cockpits in premium cars, but I think this is a good solution to analog instruments. Very clear, very easy to read, all okay. I don't change the seating position in the front, and now I try to get in on the rear seats. Oh, I think that don't fit so well with my knees. Headspace is enough. This is not the problem. The problem is the less space for the knees. But you have to come to a compromise with a small car, and the compromise is a less space on the rear seats. I think it's a car for 2 grown-ups on the front seats and 2 children on the rear seats, maybe 2 smaller grown-ups on the rear seats. But for 4 persons, it's not a car for long distance driving. By the way, the new Kia Picanto is only available as 5-door version. The 3-door versions are completely out in car manufacturing. So a look in the trunk, 255 liters. Looks not so big, but it's huge for the A segment. And if we use the split, it's a 60-40 split, you could enlarge the trunk to more than 1,000 liters. And this is really great. A look under the bonnet. Oh, a very nice little engine. This is a small engine, a 1-liter engine with 67 horsepower. There's also available another engine, 1.2 liters with 84 horsepower. And later in the year, in the autumn, there will be a 3rd engine, the strongest engine for Kia Picanto ever, with 100 horsepower for a sporty version of the Kia Picanto. So now we start driving with the new Kia Picanto, and the first impression is the great overview. Big windows at the side and at the front, a small car, a big overview. What do you want more? We have a car with 5 gears, manual transmission. So, and here is a rear view camera, optional in the Kia Picanto. The lines to follow. Very good option. I like it. We drive the car with a small engine. It's a engine with 67 horsepower. Top speed is 161 kilometers. Maximum acceleration 14.3 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers. But that don't matter. It's a city car. Other features are more important. So, now we go on some curvy streets. Kia says they have improved the steering to a more direct steering, and I will check it out. Oh, you see, every little movement at the steering wheel has a reaction on the streets. This improvement works good. In front of us a very slow car. But I think we have later some curvy streets in the hill to check what this small car is able to do. So, it's a little bumpy on the streets, and you could not feel it, but I feel it. The car makes this good on the bumpers. So, turn around, and we can check the acceleration of the car. I think it's okay, but you see, this car is not built for the racetrack. If you will buy the machine with the engine with 84 horsepower, it's possible to get an automatic transmission. The sound isolation of the car, I think, is good. It's improved to the second generation. But do you hear the car? The engine sound is a little bit strange. I think it's caused from the small motor, the small engine. So now we reach the hills and could check the behavior of the car on curvy streets. For a car that is not a premium car or a sports car, a car for everyday use. This seems to be quite okay. So it's become hot in Spain these days. There's of course cooling in this car. And after a few seconds I feel the cool temperature coming. Okay. Beautiful landscape here near Barcelona. So, consumption of the car. The manufacturer says you can drive the car under 4 liters 100 kilometer. I don't think this is really true. You can reach it only under optimal conditions. We have a test consumption about 6.3 liters. This is not realistic too, for we are driving very fast sometimes. I think if you can go with this car with 4.0 liters, it would be excellent, and this would be an excellent consumption for a car of the A segment. So now we are higher in the hills. The streets are much more curvy and we have free streets and we can accelerate the car. Okay, hard in the brakes, accelerating. Did I mention it? Quite okay for a car for everyday use, but you can feel it. This car is not built for racing in the hills. You can quick feel the limits, what the car is able to do. And at what point you have to be more careful by driving. This car has a lot of optional assistance systems like ACC, adaptive cruise control, or an optional emergency braking system. I think this system every car should have, for it's a good solution not only for you as a driver, but for pedestrians, cyclists and other drivers. But this is option. What do you think? Tell us your opinion on Autogefühl, if emergency systems should be built in every car. I have a quite good feeling in this car, and I think I can recommend it for young drivers. And for the space in the car and the assistance systems, a recommendation for older drivers too. Overall, a great step forward, this third generation of the Kia Picanto. To buy a Kia is sometimes, I think, always a question of cost-performance ratio. Kia builds good cars with very good prices, and I think the new Kia Picanto makes it again. It's a good car for a cool price. In the past, young women bought this car, and I think with a stronger engines in the future, with a 100 horsepower version, it may be more attractive for young men too. And what we should not forget, if we have a Kia review, think about the 7 years warranty of this car. Why don't it come from other manufacturers? Let's discuss this 7 years warranty on Autogefühl. See you next time.